I'm looking forward to the wonderful testimony that's going to be coming forth in regards to our star energy. As you know, family, we have it. It's in our hands, and people are spraying away. And I tell you, it's doing exactly what Mel and Amy said it would do. Mel said when he started taking the cellular energy, he said he just felt like Spider-Man, like just swinging from buildings and swinging around town and just feeling energetic. And so we're going to be hearing a lot of wonderful things in regards to our new spray that's added to our product line. We're just having a wonderful time here in Team Effort Network, changing people's lives around the globe with these wonderful vitamin sprays that we have. As you already know, we have on the market the D Power, which is our vitamin D. We are learning so much about vitamin D. I'm just so glad that we're getting educated on the importance of vitamin D in the body and the different types of sickness and diseases that are linked to vitamin D deficiency. You know, I was speaking with a nutritionist a couple of weeks ago. His name is James Browning. He was saying that if you have high blood pressure and if you're also vitamin D deficient, that increases your risk of having a heart attack at 87%. And I thought, my goodness, you know, this kind of answers why we've heard over the past years young athletics just dropping, you know, kind of passing out on the field, on the football field, on the basketball court because of low vitamin D levels and also dealing with high blood pressure. So we have come to understand and come to learn the importance of vitamin D in the body. We also have our B Boost, but we love the B Boost. We just can't get enough of that B Boost, which is a B12. Doing wonderful things for the body, including giving you energy and clarity and quite a few things that we're getting wonderful testimonies in regards to the B Boost. And then we have the Super 10 that detoxifies your body and gives you a feeling of calmness and happiness and just helps to clean that body out and get you feeling good. And then, of course, we have the Slim by 10. We're just hearing testimonies every week as to how many pounds and that people are losing and getting their weight in control, and you know they're feeling better and they're wanting to exercise now that the weight is falling off. Now they want to go to the gym and they have the energy to do what they didn't have before. And then of course, my goodness, that cell energy is in the market. Folks are taking it, and we are getting some wonderful results from the cell energy. And keep in mind, we cannot make any claims that our vitamin sprays can heal or cure any type of sickness or disease that you may have. But if you tune in every day on these calls, whether it's in the morning, whether it's in the evening calls that we have on Tuesdays and Thursdays, Mr. T or Pat Lowe, whether it's listening to Anita Poole when she's doing her training, or whether it's Nikisha Bond, you are going to hear some wonderful testimonies as a result of people taking our vitamin sprays. So there is an excitement in the atmosphere. We are excited and we are ready to roll because something spectacular is going to happen this weekend. We are all going to San Francisco, Treasure Island for the 10 University, and we can't wait to get there. So I'm going to start right here and bring on my business partner, One Star, Pastor Dale. Are you there, sir?
I'm here, and I just got my cell energy, so I'm ready.
Lord. Oh, Lord.
It's just, while you were making the introduction, it was coming to the house. I'm ready to check it out, see what it's going to do for my cell. I looked at that and said, man, that's pretty close to that Slim by 10, boy. We hope nobody will mess up and grab that Slim by 10 thinking they're getting that cell energy.
Some of the color of the bottle.
Color of the bottle, yeah. So, but really excited about it. Yeah, you know, the new product on the market is now rolling out. People are starting to get it, and just like when we first started, when the products really became available, the D3 and the D12 and Slim by 10 and Super 10, you know, we had no testimonies about it. You know, and we just started using the product, and, you know, within weeks, we started hearing one story after the next story after the next story. And so, I just firmly believe we're going to hear the same thing about this new product. Right now, there's no testimonies about it. We don't know what this product does. We just know what it has the capability of doing by being one of the largest antioxidants in your body. You know, you have the opportunity to put something in your body that can help you. So it's really, really going to be fascinating what happens. I like what you were talking about that study that you were doing with the heart disease. And, you know, that's That's really huge. We had a gentleman last Thursday night who came to our meeting, who was a nutritionist, and his name, I forget his name, is Dr. something, and he was sitting at a meeting. What was his name?
James Browning.
Browning, yeah, doctor. We were sitting in a meeting last Thursday, and he was sharing with me. You know, he liked our products, and you know, he wanted to read the labels to see if our products was, you know, the best that they could be. And he looked at it, and he's like, "Wow!" He said, "These are some great products." And he said, "Pastor Dale, can I meet with you before you go to Sacramento or San Francisco?" I said, "Sure. Give me a call, and we'll meet at the top of the week." And so we're supposed to meet back tomorrow. But one of the things he was sharing with that Cell Energy, he said, Cell Energy, he said, is going to be hugely successful in your company. He said, not only because of the delivery system, he said, but because of the delivery system, he said, there's no way else that's right there on the market where people can get this product at the absorption rate that your company's got it formulated. He said, but secondly, he said, people don't understand that, he said, sugar takes glutathione out of your body. He says, so people that are using a lot of sugar, you know, they're getting these sweet teas and they're getting all these soda pops and all this other stuff they drink. He says they are depleting their glutathione levels in their body. He said typically as you show after 45, the glutathione level starts to dip. He said, but what we've seen is in 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds, he said the glutathione levels are totally gone just about. He says because of all the sweets that they've been raised on. He said getting glutathione back in their bodies. He said it's just going to be almost impossible because they're not taking or eating anything that can help do that. He said this is going to be a winner for you guys because that's glutathione. He said it's not going to be just for the 45 and over. He said it's going to be for those 20s and 30s. Somethings who have no glutathione right now. So I'm saying, wow, this is amazing that we have this product now, and this product is going to begin to give us the testimonies over and over and over how people's lives being helped and their health conditions being changed as a result of this product hitting the market today.
Wow. Pastor, that might be the answer to what people say, those lazy teenagers laying around the house all day doing nothing. Maybe that's the problem. They need some glutathione. They need to sell anything. They're depleted. You know? Now we can get their butts up off the sofa and send them to work. Well,
you might be right.
That might be it. You just never know. I mean, poor young people nowadays with fast food restaurants on every corner, and they're eating fast food a lot more than I eat in a good home-cooked meal. And it's sad to say it, but it's true. And that just may be the problems that our young people are having. They're just not getting proper nutrition to function and to think clearly. But we have the answer for that. We need to be on a mission and making sure we're getting these sprays into the households, into the families, into these young children so they can develop properly and grow and do the things that they desire to do. Well, we have a great leader on the call with us today, Pastor Dale. As you know, we met this wonderful person in Las Vegas at the launch, and you gave him some information that he just ran with, and he's been running ever since, and he's just blowing up California. I'm saying he got some great stuff he's going to share with us today, how he's growing a spectacular team there in California. So I look forward to sitting back and hearing from this man and some of his team members, and been trying to get him on the call for a few good weeks. I'm glad he just had to run him down. But he's here with us today. So, family, let's welcome to the call Mr. Donald Joseph. Are you there, sir?
Yes, I'm here. Could you hear me okay?
I can hear you. It's good to finally have you on the call again. How are you, sir?
I am honored, and it is a pleasure to be on this call.
Well, we're ready to hear from you. You shared some things with me a couple of weeks ago that I thought, my goodness, wow, the team needs to hear that, what you're doing and how you're doing. What is it, 4 TTPs in a day?
Yes.
4 TTPs a day. You got a strategy there, how you adding to your team. So, family, look, get your pen, your paper, sit back, and check out what this man is doing here. But I know you have someone else that's going to be sharing a testimony in regards to the cell energy, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm getting out of the way. Go ahead. Take it over,
Yes,
John.
we are so excited. It is an honor and a privilege. Pastor Denise McDowell, the wonderful, wonderful work that you do here every morning and just getting our business nurtured and lifted and getting us ready to go in the morning. And your one-star partner, Pastor Dale Wafer. What a statesman. Pastor Dale, your character exemplifies strength and stability. And we are just happy to have you. We appreciate you. And we want to tell you thank you. Folks, we don't want to take anything for granted. What they're doing in the morning is just absolutely phenomenal, and we appreciate it. But, folks, we are in the right place at the right time. I tell you, we have a marquee ownership with Mel and Amy Gill. They are visionaries. They have set the pace. They have opened up the markets, folks. They are doing something that no one else done. They have created a business model that I believe that will bring stability to the world economic system. They are absolutely phenomenal in what they've done. Folks, I am so elated. Mel said something very profound at the last 10 University. He said that it is one thing to get to doing the business, 10. But it's another thing when the 10 business gets in you. And folks, us here on the West Coast are fired up because we got this business inside us. And we are doing TTPs every night, during the week, and sometimes twice a day. Because we believe that this is the answer. We know that this is the answer. We have the absolutely phenomenal leaders out there. They are paradigm. We got them stretched out all over the USA and now into other countries. I tell you, they're second to none. These folks will take you under their wings and just show you what to do. So, folks, I am so excited about 10 because we do not have a startup business here. Mel and Amy have already put this compensation plan to the test. They have taken it international and have became up not just successful, but they are $100 million debt-free, folks. It don't get no better than that. Every Wednesday for the last 11 years, they've been making payroll. Folks, their heart is right here. If they were distributors to distributors, they believe in putting the money back in the field. They put 60 to 70% back to the field. And I tell you, we're just so excited here on the West Coast because we are just getting it done. You have a paramount product, second to none. I tell you what, that glutathione, that resveratrol anti-aging, the new product that just came out, the cell energy. Woo, I tell you what, they say you're supposed to take 5 sprays a day. Well, I'm going to be taking it about 10 because I'm 54, but I'm fit to be the new 29. I'm fired up. Folks, we are excited. I tell you, we have the number one compensation plan in the world. We have a dual-core binary, which means you have a dual-core residual income weekly and monthly. And I just want to run through it just a little bit because I got a rising star that's going to tell you about some of the products a little later. But, folks, this compensation plan is the best out there. You just got to get one person on the left, one person on the right. The company gives you $100. You help them to get to the company, will reward you another $100 for the new 4 members. Then, because the business is all about making a difference in other people's lives, so once you get your help, your 2 get to, the company gives you an executive bonus of another $100. We're up to $300. Now, folks, it's duplication. That means the first month you get 2, then you help that to the second month, you get 4, then you help that to the third month, and you get 8, and you help that 8 the fourth month, and you got 16. But, folks, it's nothing like that. I've only been in the business for 4.5 months, and we already got 114 people on our team. Everybody on the West Coast is spitting and getting, and ain't nobody sitting, folks. We tear this thing up out here because we believe. Now, the fourth way you get paid is the game changer. Because once you get 4 people on the left and 2 people on the right, the company gives you what they call a cycle bonus. It's a $100 bonus with a $50 matching bonus. That $150 is absolutely amazing because you can cycle 33 times a day. That's $4,950 a day. Round it up to 5. That's times 7. That's $35,000 a week. Times 52 weeks. That's $1.82 million a year, your potential earnings weekly. But remember, we ain't through yet. Everything you do weekly is mirrored monthly. So monthly, you can have a 4-tube auto ship, and you're going to get 1 point. And if you have a 10-tube auto ship, you're going to get 2 points. Your monthly residual is by points. So every time you get 6 points on one side and 3 points on the other side, the company automatically gives you $25. Now, I'll tell you something about that $25. That is residual income. If you do it 10 times, that's $250. If you do it 100 times, that's $2,500. If you do it 1,000 times, that's $25,000 a month. That's $300,000 a year. You are within the 3% of the world's highest paid income earners. But it gets better than that because they made it so you can get 6,000 cycles a month, which is $150,000 a month, and that is $1.8 million a year. So your potential earnings weekly is $1.82 million. Your potential earning monthly is $1.8 million. That means your annual potential earnings is $3.62 million a year. Folks, this is the best business in the world. And not only that, after you make all that money, they don't even let you spend it on your vehicle. They pay for your car. You just need 100 people on one side and 50 on the other side. If you do the 2-point auto ship, you only need 50 and 25, so you only need 75 people, and you're driving a brand new car. And then you got the $1,200 car bonus, which is 100 on one side, 200 on the other side. Or if you do the 2-point auto ship, it's only 100 on one side and 50 on the other side. And now you're driving a brand new Mercedes-Benz or BMW, $1,200 a month. And if your car payment is only $800 a month, you get to put the other $4 in your pocket. So, folks, and it gets better. They got more. We got 6 other ways you get paid. But for the time restraint, I'm going to stop right there on the compensation plan. But, folks, we're out here. We're getting this thing done, folks. We're bringing brand new people into the business. We're bringing in at least 3 people every TTP. Now, we're telling them we don't just want your business. We don't just want your money. We're here to help you get started. That means we're here to get your list out. We want to schedule 4 TTPs. If you schedule TTP on Saturday the 7th, that means we're going to do one on the 14th, one on the 21st, and one on the 28th. That means we're going to do it. This is not optional. If you expect me to help you to get your dreams, your why done, this is what we need to do. So we're doing that. So, folks, our process is duplication. Now, we got duplication. I want to say something about Solomon. Solomon was the most wisest and the most richest man that ever was and ever shall be. But his greatest worry was when he goes the way of the earth. Who's going to take over his kingdom after him? Well, folks, here at 10 International, we got that taken care of. Because we all know that true success is not success unless you have a successor. Mm-hmm. So now me and my partner, my wingman, Pastor Gregory Cobb, we started out and we duplicated. Now each one of us have picked up 3 trainers. Mm-hmm. We're training them. And then we're going to split by 2. That means replicate. Then we're going to have 4 presenters in the field every night. Mm-hmm. Those 4 presenters are going to grab 2 more trainees. Pretty soon we'll have 16 trainers and 16 presenters in the field. Every night, 16 presentations being done. Folks, each presentation is equivalent to $500. If you have 16 presentations a night, that turns out to be $800. 8 times 5 days a week. That's $40,000 in volume a week. Folks, we are not there yet, but we are working on getting there. And folks, we are serious and we believe it. Everybody is putting everything into this because, folks, I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't get any better than team. You need to just roll up your sleeves and go. Like Memo tell us, get out there and get it going, and I will run with you, folks. We will run with you here at 10. We have the best leaders out there. We got Barry Eccles down in the south. We got Pat Lowe and Doug up in the north. We got Denise and Dale in the east. Folks, we got our great Mr. Excitement in Atlanta, Mr. Kevin Vaughn. I'm telling you, folks, we are literally on fire. I tell you, the last 90 days has been absolutely wonderful. But what we're going to do in this next 90 days is going to dwarf what we've done the first 90 days. Folks, we are excited here, and I can't forget about Miss Nikisha Bond every Monday morning just dropping those nuggets that tells us individuals succeed, but teams explode, and we're about to explode. I want to thank you guys for this opportunity this morning. I am so excited. I am elated. With great anticipation, we are just waiting for you guys to hit California. I'm in a place that I'm in right now, folks, and I want you to keep your ears open and listen to these leaders, because Mr. Dale Wafer said something at the next meeting. He said, listen, we are network marketers. It will do your business a great deal of good if you get the numbers to these leaders here in the room. And I took off running. I got every number that I can get. And when I got back, I talked to Mr. Memo Finn, and he took us under his wings. Folks, that was because I went looking. When you go to these big events, you need to go looking. Don't go there and just be a spectator. You need to be a participator and get in there and get the nuggets and learn what you need to do to blow up your team and bring your team there so they can get those same nuggets. Nothing like getting things firsthand. That's it for me. Denise, I thank you again for this wonderful, 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 wonderful opportunity. We are on fire and ready to go. Thank you, and back to you.
Donald Joseph, let me tell you something, sir. You went through that compensation plan like you know what you're talking about. And you ain't speaking nothing but the truth. That was so powerful. Donald, look, I had to take my shoes off. That's just how powerful. I had to kick my shoes off my feet. That was really amazing how simple you broke that compensation plan down. And because of my excitement right now, I'm going to bring in Pastor Dale, because you know you do have someone that's going to share testimony. But Pastor Dale, I'm going to bring you right here. Was that not a swift way to kindly explain the benefits of that compensation plan?
Well, you can see why, Don's team is growing, is because he has captured what many people they come in this business, they sit and they don't pay attention. Don is coming to this business, and he said, why is this business so powerful? Why is it so important for me to be a part of it? How do you make money in this business? And he spent some time figuring out how to capture this thing and make it small enough for people to understand. Really, that's the key to helping people build their business and grow their business, is you got to break it down to the small levels, like he said, the number of PTPs and how many people come in and how many that's going to be in a week and how many that's going to be in 10 weeks and 20 weeks. That makes it conceptual where people can understand it and they can take it and run. You know, the scripture says, write the vision, make it plain, so he that runneth may run swiftly and be able to hear and be able to communicate that. Don has created a short version of the compensation plan so people can read it, understand it, and run with it. And that's why they're having the success they have, man. I tell you, I'm taking notes too, Don.
But, you know, I love the way he said those weekly cycles. I mean, we should be in the cycling business. This is the real cycling business. When he said those weekly cycles equals $4,950 a day. That's true. Depending on how many times you cycle in a day. And that times 5 days out of the week, equals $35,000 a week, right? Or is that a month? $35,000 a week. That just the cycling, the weekly cycle will pay off. Then he said he times that's $1.82 million a year. And that's just on the cycling part of the compensation plan. That's just one part of the compensation plan. So, Don, I know your team out there is just, and look, now you have the cell energy. I don't know what you're going to do. Now you have the cell energy. I'll tell you. I can't wait to get there in San Francisco. You're going to be looking for me. I'm going to be in Don's pocket. I'm going to be right there just plucking his brain. That's how he's building that team in California. Well, Don, you have someone that's going to come on and share a testimony in regards to the cell energy, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, well, let's hear it, sir.
Yes, we have this rising star. She's a phenomenal lady. She's actually a medicine practitioner. She has about 20-some years of experience in nutrition and medication. She's a songstress. She's a songwriter. And she is just absolutely phenomenal, just a phenomenal lady. I just enjoy her. She really brings a lot of knowledge to the team. Without any further ado, I'd like to present to some and introduce to others Miss Samantha Richardson out of Newark, California. Samantha, are you there?
Oh, yes, I'm here. I'm here, Don, and I am so blessed, and it's a beautiful day, and it's my birthday today, too.
Oh,
happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Samantha. Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you so much. I tell you, this birthday is so much better than my last one, because, I mean, I feel good. So that's like the blessing in itself, to just feel like this today, you know, and not feel tired and, you know, and just it's fabulous, and it's a beautiful day, sun shining, and I'm just outside enjoying you guys on this call, and I'm glad you guys got a little taste of our machine. That's Don, the machine Joseph. He is like the mathematician.
Wow.
Like laying it out there for everybody, and people get pumped up. Oh man, that's like weekly. We want to do that. We want to definitely do that. But he never excludes. You know, like okay, we're all gonna work, but we work it for something good and powerful. And his business partner and my business partner, Mr. Pastor Greg Cobbs, you know, he always refers to what we do as a ministry. Mm-hmm. And he's right, because we're helping people. And, you know, I'm so glad to be on the call this morning, because, I'm telling you, I couldn't wait for the cell energy to come out for myself. But, man, I've been waiting, because my husband is a type 2 diabetic. And, you know, he was on the call before, and he mentioned it. And he's been like that for some years, and it's just been such a struggle. And so that was mainly, we were just waiting to get that I couldn't wait to get it for him because it's a battle when you're like on 2 insulins and also pills as well. And, you know, it's a battle. I took care of 50 diabetic patients, and I'm telling you, the new diabetics, it's so hard for them because they're afraid. They don't know how to, you know, I reached out to some, you know, I've given them my private number and the back line, my nurse line, and usually, you know, you're not supposed to do that, but when I have people that's scared like that, I would just let them call me all day and just teach them through a day, go through the day with them. And you know, some got it, but man, if I could have had these sprays for some of these patients, I look back on it and I see the patients coming in with one pill. They get one prescription, it turns into 2, and 2 turns into 3 and 4 and 5, so on. I mean, I've had people that become diabetic, and they already had 3 meds, and then I have to add a whole box of 100 insulin syringes plus 2 boxes of insulin plus pills on top of it, and I fit all the pills on top of that one box. You know, that was just horrifying, you know, back in the day. And I was in my 20s, early 20s at that, when I was, you know, filling prescriptions for 7 years. And just to think that in my years, once I went back to school and worked internal medicine, to think that I've only seen about, in the 7 years that I worked internal, maybe about 2 times when I drew somebody's blood to get it tested. You know, the doctor was maybe only 2 times I remember even checking off the vitamin D box. And I tell you, I have a great memory like an elephant. So that's why, you know, and I don't remember. I remember maybe about 2 or 3 actual D prescriptions, because they had vitamin D by prescription back then, years ago. And I tell you, I've probably only seen about 3, and I'm not even making this up. You know, when I go back in my mind, I see that, and it's amazing that, you know, they treat all the symptoms, but they really don't try to, you know, treat the body, you know, in a different way with something natural that's already present in the body. And so, getting on to the glutathione and the alpha lipoic acids and our star cell energy. We got our cell energy like last week. I mean, we were excited. You know, and we were just had to go hurry up, get the filter, get a name, just come open the box. You know, let's hurry up. And so we had a TTP. We were doing another karaoke TTP, and we actually asked some people from another element who wanted to join up with 10, you know, like, we want to see. We actually took some of their people who wanted to say, we're in the wrong business. We need to be in this business. They actually did that after the presentation, especially having John up there, you know, and then after I give that testimony and let them know the things, and they're like, wow. And then when they see the compensation plan, they start comparing. They're like, wow, you know, we have to do all that to get the car. You know, people start doing that. And what happened was we had the TTP that night. We were supposed to be there about 6:30. Well, we got the cell energy, and I said it was delivered about 3 o'clock, and so we had like a 45-minute drive that we had to do, and so we were excited. So we just took it right away. I mean, the cap flew off. We started spraying. And we didn't wait. So, you know, mainly I was really, you know, not thinking about myself. I've had so much great success. But what happened was, you know, he's had all the insulin and took all his he's on the 24-hour, so everybody knows. He has a 24-hour long-acting, and he has a fast-acting insulin. Plus he has metformin pills that he has to take. You know, metformin pills that make people so sick when you take them. And then, you know, you have to monitor insulin, your glucose levels. He has to eat at a certain time. Okay, I got to get the food. I got to do the insulin. You know, it's a whole regimen, you know, and it really takes up time in your life, and it's depressing. People with diabetic, they suffer from depression really bad. It goes hand in hand. That's why a lot of people who are diabetic, they're on anxiety meds as well, and maybe psychotropic because they're so depressed. Some have actually. I've had maybe about 5 patients that I used to have that tried suicide, and 2 succeeded, and the other 3 we were able to get to them. It's hard. It's a very hard illness. Actually, just to give somebody a little surprise on this, me and my husband actually did a commercial together last year for a company, I think they're called Giant out of San Francisco, on diabetes. Him and I, we both did the commercial, and I had to compose myself just to not be in tears because I spoke on it. I'm educated on it, but when you have somebody you love and you're standing right next to them on the camera and you have to speak on it, it's hard because he goes through a lot, and he's wonderful. He mastered his body, and knowing, but it's still hard. And so what happened was, and I got to get the drum roll here, right? We took it at the same time. So we took, we're like, we're doing these 5 sprays. It's 5. We're going to do them all. So we did. And all of a sudden, maybe about, I'll say 20 minutes, he had his glucose levels bottomed out. He bottomed out. And he got really very low. Sugar levels were so low, to the point where he had to actually lay down, from sitting to laying, and we had to check it, and oh my God, it was way too low. And he had to eat a whole pack of cookies to bring it up. That didn't even work. We had to keep on, giving him stuff. And we finally got up to, it rose, to a level. And then we went and we were like, wow, man, that's oh my God, it just bottomed you out with your medicines. Well, we got to do something about it, adjust it. But the other day, on Sunday, when we came, I'm sorry, I skipped the part. When we came home, he couldn't take the insulin, the 24-hour at all. And he has to take at night. There's no way. He was saying his body hadn't been used to being normal. I remember he's always in the hundreds. Sometimes goes up to 2, but he's been so long like that, so long that, he got used to it. The body gets used to a certain thing, and that's the wrong way to be, even with the meds. So he's sitting at like 70 or 80 or in the 90s, and it's like, that's normal. So we couldn't put more insulin, his insulin for that night. He couldn't take it because he was still sitting at like 85. Wow. So there's no way if he would have took that insulin, he would have bottomed out again, and it's not good because then he's hypoglycemic.
So the cell energy blocks his sugar level within normal range.
Right. Well, at first, because he had both insulins in him and also the pills, once he took that cell energy, maybe he might have been sitting at about 200. It just plummeted down to like in the 30s.
Wow.
That's how fast and powerful cell energy is. And so I had a show, on Sunday that we did, actually Saturday, we had a PPP at Church Island. That's when he first gave the testimonial on it. But that day, he just had the sprays. And then on Sunday as well, I said, well, let's check it, Sunday morning. And then he was still sitting at like I think it was 95. That's totally normal.
Wow.
And so he didn't take any. And then Sunday came, he just took the glutathione, and he just took all the rest of the sprays. And for Sunday, the whole day of Sunday, he stayed normal. He didn't take the pills or the insulin at all. He just took the full 5 sprays of glutathione, of the cell energy, and he had to balance. He has to balance, or how we have to come up with a regimen of how he's going to taper off. Because, when I did mine, I did one at a time, but when I took the glutathione, I had been known to be hypoglycemic as well, so when I took the 5 sprays, it actually lowered my blood pressure even more, and it also brought my sugars way down because I suffered with that. So what I had to do is so powerful, I had to actually take maybe only 2.
Wow.
of the cell energy, because now I think I had one blood pressure pill left. I really don't believe that I will be on that at all pretty soon, and I think with the help of cell energy, I think I'm really going to be off the treatments really, really soon. But he's not taking. The fast acting, he doesn't even take that anymore. He doesn't need it.
Wow.
And the pills, they're really, he's going on now like the pills and the fast acting, and now he's left with the 24, the long acting. But pretty soon, when you put it in your body, you have a maintenance dose of anything in your body, at least over a time period, maybe a good 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to become present in the body, and the body starts to repair itself anyway. So by you taking the sprays on a daily basis, and especially anything like the cell energy, which is for chronic illness, and it helps the immune system, you're going to build up those immunities. They're going to start building back up again. So pretty soon, if you won't, the medicines will become probably obsolete once the body starts to repair. And so that's what's been really going on with, at my body, I know for sure, and his. But look how fast it happened with with the cell energy. It took just a matter of not even 30 minutes.
Wow. Well, Samantha, I tell you, that is an amazing testimony, and I know that many other testimonies are going to come forth in regards to cell energy. And I know that you and your husband are going to be in San Francisco this weekend. So we're looking forward to meeting you and your husband, as well as Don Joseph and the rest of the team, and just hear some other amazing stories. Can't wait to hear your husband share the testimony as well. And they're coming off those medications because of that is wonderful. And again, family, as you're listening, we're not telling anyone to stop taking your medications. Don't do that.
Right.
And that happens for Samantha's husband. But, you just make sure you're checking with your doctors on your levels and your medications, and make sure you're getting, doing the right thing. Don't just stop taking your medications without.
Oh, no, don't. I tell people, and then Pastor Denise, yes, but I told, people are coming to me, too, to ask me, well, how should I do it? I said,
right.
You can test it. You know your body. The important thing that I tell everybody who's on meds, anybody on medicine should know their own body. You should know your body anyway. Know how it feels, because the best person to really tell you how you're feeling is yourself.
Right.
You know your own body and how it feels. So, you can test it, and to the point where you test. Anybody that's diabetic, I tell them, if you're going to try that, be careful. You might want to try a little bit at a time, because the cell energy is very powerful. It's potent. It's very potent. I say powerful because that was some power, and but it's very potent. It's fabulous because it's so potent. You can get it like that, So, but just try gradually. Do everything gradual, and that way you don't shock the body. You don't want to shock the body,
right. Samantha,
like we did.
Thank you so much for sharing. We're going to bring this call to a close, but it's been amazing. It's been wonderful. We're going to hear some other great things. Donald Joseph, thank you so much, sir. Thank you for all that you've shared today and all that you're doing, and all the different people's lives that are being changed because of your leadership. Definitely looking forward to seeing you this weekend in San Francisco. Pastor Dale, do you have anything to say before we bring this call to a close?
Well, thank you, Don, for being a great leader and, getting your team jump-started and moving. Great words today of encouragement for everybody out there on the call nationwide, around the world. Thank you, Samantha. Great testimony. Looking forward to hearing more testimonies from you and your family and your health. I think the cell energy and the sprays of 10 are going to help you guys tremendously. So thank you for sharing that with the family on a lifestyle call today. And back to you, Pastor D.
Amazing call. Family, don't forget, if you receive the list of those that qualify for the cruise or for the mini iPad, if your name is not on that list, please make sure you submit your name to 10@teicorporate.com or reach out to Pastor Dale or myself, and we make sure your name gets submitted before this weekend. You want to get that done. We said yesterday, if you didn't get it done yesterday, please make sure it's done today. You don't wait until we get to San Francisco and your name not be called. Take care of that now before we get to San Francisco. So send your name and your member ID number to 10, TEN, at TEI. TEI is for Team Effort International, TEIcorporate.com. or reach out to Pastor Dale or myself, and we make sure we get your name submitted so that you can walk across the stage and get your mini iPad, or you can come aboard and join that lifestyle luncheon cruise that's going to take place that Sunday. This weekend, family, is happening at Treasure Island in San Francisco. You got to be there. Don Joseph, the team, Memo, Pat Lowe, Kevin Vaughn, Pastor and myself, great leaders, and Akeisha from around the globe will be at the event. Thank you for being here today. Be back on the call again tomorrow morning. The quote, I'm going to give you the quote for today, and the quote is, I will no longer be a slave to fear, pride, or doubt, but I will multiply my values 100-fold and be a leader of men. I will stay mindful to acknowledge God, and He will direct my path. Thank you, family, for being here with us today. Be back on the call tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific, 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You got to know this, family. You are loved, and you are greatly appreciated. Thank you, Donald Joseph. Thank you, Samantha. God bless you.
Thank you.
God bless you all. Mwah.